Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, and today it's Topical Thursday / Throwback Thursday, July 16th, 2020. Steve Sipress here, and I just noticed hitting the airwaves, who would have thunk, the Washington Redskins embroiled in a sexual harassment controversy, on top of all the other controversy they're going through with their beleaguered owner. And I don't have to tell you all about what's going on with the Redskins nickname, as if calling something by the color of its skin is somehow something good. Would you have like the Cleveland Blackskins, the Ohio Whiteskins, the Denver, I don't know, Tanskins? Like, come on now. Anyway, Phil Brakefield is here. Great seeing you. So, what hit the news is this sexual harassment scandal, and from what I saw, what I can remember, I think 15 members of the Washington Redskins organization. I don't think any players involved here, but their play-by-play announcer or their some kind of announcer immediately retired suddenly, and so nothing to see there, and other employees of the team embroiled in this controversy. Supposedly nothing concrete as far as sexual harassment against the owner. However, there's got to be an overall something falling on him, responsibility falling on him for the overall atmosphere, the overall culture of the organization. Of course, one of the things I saw that I have to find out more about this, but I was in a little disbelief that apparently leading down from the main entrance and the main entrance of the building down to the training area where the players are is a stairway made of plexiglass clear stairs. So apparently all female employees when they're new have to be immediately warned, do not use that stairway, cause the team trainers and coaches and whoever hang out under those stairs looking straight up, just waiting for a woman to walk down the stairs. I mean, what decade is this? Are you kidding me? Anyway, but one of the things really caught my eye, and that's the lesson for today, was one of the accusations, the complaints was that female people on the staff, female salespeople, were encouraged to wear revealing clothes and flirt with prospects and clients to close sales. And immediately, I was like, are you out of your mind? Not only is that outrageously outrageous and sexist and disgusting, whatever you want to call it, but it's the exact opposite of what's effective. Now, for decades, I have hired, trained, managed thousands and thousands of salespeople, sales trainers, sales managers, name of my company is called Successful Selling Systems. I'm all about sales. And I have coached and trained so many successful female salespeople, sales managers, and I always coach them to do the opposite. I uncoach them out of that nonsense. Sometimes they come in, ready to go out on an appointment, and I see them wearing some kind of revealing, frisky, too short a dress, or slit way up to the side skirt, or blouses, buttons unbuttoned all the way down, or whatever it is. I'm like, come on in, let's talk. I mean, you can do what you want, as I always say with everybody. I mean, obviously you can do what you want, but I'm just suggesting that's the exact opposite of how you want to conduct yourself. Number one, for women, I always look to promote women. I didn't want any women to just sit there forever in an entry-level sales position. I'm looking for people to move up. Companies I operate are always growing. So I'm always looking for people to step up and to manage teams of salespeople and move into overall management and so forth. And so I would coach them and counsel them and enlighten them, remind them, whatever it is, that if you are looking to advance, and I hope you are, because there's a lot more pay and a lot more of success in every way over just staying in the sales field forever, then you're not going to want to be known as you got where you got because you use sex appeal. Because it's tough enough for men, still in 2020, believe it or not, it's out there. I'm sure you do believe it, actually. It's tough enough to get men to respect women as managers or people in positions of power in business or in anywhere in life, from what I see a lot, or at least here in America, without making it more difficult by making all kinds of sales or setting all kinds of records or setting the pace or winning the contest, and yet the grumbling behind your back around the sales office, everyone is saying, yeah, well, of course, because look at her, and look at me. I would use me as an example. Do you think I'm getting into any doors, or people are going to listen to me longer, or people are going to buy from me more because of my outrageous sex appeal? No. So that's in my favor when I move into management. It's clear I didn't get where I got because I used some kind of sex appeal. Look at me. Get a clue. So I always suggest the same to women. The temptation is for short-term gain. Yeah. And I would coach them. I'd say, look, for short-term gain, you're very likely to close more sales doing all that kind of nonsense. Dressing sexy and flirting and all that BS. You're going to get more short-term sales, sure, but you're going to lose out in the long term, is my experience and my opinion, because you're going to lose respect from guys and women in the office, because they're going to say you slept your way to the top, you flirted your way to the top, or you cheated your way to the top, or you used your feminine wiles and you're this and that, instead of you learn the art and the skill and the professionalism of being a professional salesperson. And you learned how to close sales, not because of any of these seedy tricks that you were using. You see how that's more in your favor, and therefore more in the favor of the entire organization. So Daniel Snyder, the owner, when he caught wind of that, which no doubt he knew that was going on, if he really wanted the people in his organization, the women, anyone, to have self-respect in that organization, he would have counseled the women and the sales managers and trainers of those women to counsel those women just as I just suggested, and say, hey, I know that works, and maybe that's what you've done previously and other sales jobs and positions, or on your own as a real estate salesperson or whatever, and maybe that's what you've been coached or trained or managed to do elsewhere, but we're here to give you some really good advice and some great overall career advice that's just not how we operate here at the Washington Redskins. Okay? We operate with class and professionalism, and we don't get by on sexiness and flirting and wearing revealing clothing. That's not how we get ahead. We get ahead because we're able to convey and add value to the strength of our products and services that we're selling. And we do that. In fact, we do the opposite. I would always counsel women and younger guys need to dress more professionally to get more respect from the prospects, from the employees, from the people they might eventually end up managing, or people that are professional buyers like myself will appreciate the fact, especially if it's a strikingly beautiful woman who's clearly, could benefit, make more short-term sales from wearing revealing clothing and flirting and using all that nonsense. And when I see she's not doing that, I have a ton more respect for her, and I'm going to buy more from her and refer her to more people. I'm not going to refer her to people if she's doing all the unprofessional nonsense stuff. See? So if he really cared about his own organization and the people in it, which is pretty much the same thing, he would have counseled the exact opposite. So short term, sure, that kind of nonsense is going to work to make sales. Long term, and I'm going to argue even a lot of times in the short term, just big mistake, not to mention, come on now, have some more self-respect. Look in the mirror and say, I'm going to make sales not because of what I wear, not because how I bat my eyes and put my makeup on and smile suggestively and tilt and play with my hair and any of that BS. I'm going to make sales because I add value to our product or service offerings. And the prospects respect my opinion. And they ask me questions, and they want my input, and they will listen to my advice. When I advise them not to buy this, but to buy more of that and more of this, and here's a new product you really ought to hear about, they will listen because I have self-respect and because I'm showing them respect. And so I would counsel women to dress more professionally, and younger men and women both need to dress more professionally than I, as an older person, actually the opposite. Getting off on a tangent here with a bonus tip, but older, more professional, more conservative looking, no facial hair, no hair whatsoever, pretty much. And it's pretty much been like that for about 30 years. I could benefit from dressing a little less professionally and therefore a little more relaxed, a little more relatable, because I already had the look of, you must know what you're talking about. You look like you've been around. You got the old salt and pepper, little gray on the sideburns, and you present yourself well and you speak well, and you know, blah, 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 blah. So I could benefit from dressing a little more and acting a little more casual to build some rapport and build a relationship. But the young kids that just went in all casual had a real uphill climb to respect. And the women that went in flirty and dressed sexily, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to suggest you're not going to a nightclub. Now, I once had pushback from a kid who I came into an office. I wasn't, this was back in the days I spent 3 years, the only years I ever spent working for a big corporation was with the Yellow Pages publisher. And there was a kid in there who was dressed in one of these black shirt with the black tie with the black suit kind of thing. And I was like, really? What do you think? This is a nightclub? And he's, I'll never forget, he came back to me and said, actually, that's the appointment I have. I'm going to go see an owner of a nightclub. So I figured I should dress like this. And so I just suggested and had a conversation with him, just suggested, yeah, no, that's not how you do it. You don't dress to come down to their level or up to their, whatever their level is, right? You go see a judge, and the judge doesn't say, uh-oh, I have a nightclub owner coming in to be in front of me in a case today. I'm going to wear a gold chain with an open neck and, a disco outfit and my high heels or my, big belt or whatever, right? And if you're going to see, oh, I have a blue-collar worker, the doctor says, I got a blue-collar worker coming in today. I'm going to wear work boots and denim jeans. No, you wear your uniform that projects your authority, your confidence, that people should listen to you, they should trust you, they should believe you. You don't dress for who you're going to see. And if you're a woman, you certainly don't do what this Washington Redskins BS was teaching. You don't stoop to make more sales in the short term by being flirty and dressing sexy and all that BS. That's just my advice. You might have a different opinion. If so, you're always welcome. Post it wherever you're watching this, listening to it, reading the transcript, wherever it is. I welcome any and all thoughts, feedback, problems, suggestions, questions, anything at all. And I welcome everybody for watching here live and for watching the replay. And you can see the Throwback Thursday was the stories I told going way back in my sales career. And that was the Throwback Thursday part. And the Topical Thursday part was the fact that this just hit the news about an hour ago. So that'll do it for Topical Throwback Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow with another part in our multi-part series on the great book by Dr. Dennis Waitley, The Psychology of Winning, on Foundation Friday. And if you've seen me kind of moving around and walking around, it's because I came out here not wearing footwear, and it is scaldingly hot on the tile out by my pool, and I know I'm kind of burning the bottom of my feet. What the heck am I doing? I've lived here 5 years. You would think I would know that in the middle of July, even if it's 6, 7 o'clock at night, you do not walk outside with bare feet. What are you thinking? I got to get inside and cool off these tootsies. In fact, right now, I just realized, holy moly. And let's make sure I don't fall in. Oh, jeez. Ouch, youch, wouch. See, so don't take my advice on everything. Oh, that's good. Take my advice, I suggest, in sales, marketing, and advertising. Don't take my advice on not wearing any shoes outside on the hot white pavement in the middle of July in southern Arizona. And Phil says, I'm unbuttoning my shirt as you speak. See, now maybe, is that because you are envisioning cooling off, as I just did with my burnt feet, or you're sarcastically alluding to the fact, I just love that. For people that know Phil, I guess it's an inside joke since I know Phil, to see Phil going out and saying, you know what? I've been a sales professional, consummate sales professional, trusted by thousands of people for decades. But suddenly I'm going to use my sex appeal to close this sale because I'm going to picture that I'm working for the Washington Redskins. Soon to be not Redskins. That'll do it for Topical Throwback Thursday. Thanks for the moment of levity there, Phil. I'm heading back inside. I'll catch you tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Over and out. Bye-bye.